Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Goa Connect. And today we are at the Dulair grounds at the concluding ceremony of Vedanta Women's Football League. And I have with me Annanya Agarwal, the president at Vedanta Sports, as well as the chief executive officer, Sauvick Mazumdar. Both of you, welcome to the show. And thank you very much for spending valuable time. I understand you will be at the midst of all this preparation and, at the concluding ceremony. So first of all, sir, you both have been an integral part of the journey, the Sesa Football Academy. What would you like to say, looking back, maybe it started in 1999. It's more than 2 decades now. How do you see this journey? If Sauvick, sir, you could start and maybe Annanya can join us.
Yeah, I think, see, it is a tremendous journey. I mean, way back in 1998, 99, when you started this, of course, during that time or prior to that, there has to be a Sesa football team. And we came out from there and then we thought that, this is the best way to do the development at the grassroots level. And we never thought that, we'll come to this level during those days. And, the way the entire thing transformed, and then thanks to Annanya as a, chief of Vedanta Sports, the way he has galvanized that entire thing in last 3-4 years is something which is very unique. So I'll request Annanya to talk about, the uniqueness what he has brought in this entire sport endeavor. Annanya, please.
No, I mean, I've been part of this journey for around 6 years now. As you said, it's been around since '99. In our time serving footballers, the footballers of Goa, we've had 250 boys pass through our doors of our residential academy, and many hundreds more train with us at our grassroots football program. And it makes me specifically so proud to see that all our boys are now playing for Goan teams, national ISL teams, the national tournaments, and so many of our boys have represented the country as well. So it's nice to see that the effort we're putting in a change in lifestyle for so many of the people of Goa.
Okay, also in regards to all these leagues now, especially ISL happening, how do you see this change in the paradigm? Maybe Sauvick sir, who could analyze this back in '99 when you were part of the early days. You might have seen football at a very lower pace. Football has always grown in the fields. Giving that kind of an infrastructure, obviously, for the nation, as well as more importantly to the locals, the Goan making it big. You have N number of names who have accomplished themselves, and still, you are producing amazing talent.
I mean, the purpose of Goa is so football crazy. When I think of Goa, I think of football, and it's upsetting to see that our state's contribution to the Indian national football ecosystem has not been as much as we'd liked it to have been over the last few years. And I think that is what we are looking to do. Exactly what you said is what we are looking to do today. Is we are trying to create footballers from the nation, from Goa. And I think with our infrastructure, with our efforts towards women's football, also specifically, and considering there's now so much infrastructure coming up in the country, so many tournaments, so much opportunity for boys and girls to excel and display their talent, we're very happy to also take a different space, to take a space of let us bring the boys up to a level where they can come into these tournaments. So we're looking at boys and girls from the ripe age of 6 years old all the way up to 18. So we're trying to focus as much as possible on grassroots training and creating more and more talent for the increasing number of football tournaments and infrastructure in the country.
Okay. Do you think there is a need for more training facilities in India, more importantly? And looking at your journey, obviously you have your setup you started with Sakli campus and then obviously graduated to Sirsai campus also. So you have evolved over the years. Do you feel that, the country needs more such kind of grassroots training facilities?
100%. We need more. I think rather than more, I would prefer to say better facilities. We'd like to have facilities where there is infrastructure, there's technology, there's data collection, and there's intelligence being used behind the training of our Goan and our national level footballers. Even for boys and specifically for girls right now, in terms of residential academies and facilities, as you mentioned, there are almost none in our country. And I think there's a real gap here, a real opportunity, and we are hoping to be the ones and we will be the ones to grab onto this opportunity and really pioneer this women's football piece in India.
Okay. Also, speaking about the training facilities, the last year has been a very tough year for, across. It's been the pandemic that has hit the entire globe. How was training your students? How did you cope up in terms of giving the best? Because I understand even you during lockdown, even your students went back to their hometowns. How was it?
It was tough. It was tough. I'm not going to say the last year was a stroll in the park. The boys were all at home. We've created very sophisticated virtual, physical and mental training modules for them. And the boys were participating through these training modules virtually on video call with our coaches consistently through lockdown. But as much as if you're not an athlete that's not getting a chance to go on the field and show what he's learning, it's really hard to keep an athlete fully engaged when they're at home. And for that, I must congratulate our coaches, our training staff for constantly, daily being in touch with the boys, motivating them and making sure that when the time was right for them to come back on the field, we didn't need to start all the way from scratch, and they were ready to go and start their training again.
Okay, coming back to the league that we are into, the 4th edition of Vedanta and GFA Women's Football League. How do you see this 4 years journey? First of all, why did you think it was required? I think Annanya has answered a little bit from his side. I think Sauvick sir, if you can put in.
No, actually, you see, this again, at Vedanta, we always believe in, collective wisdom. And let me tell you, when, 4 years back, when myself, Annanya started taking the responsibility of this entire Vedanta Sports. And then in one of the meeting, he only suggested that, look, Sauvick, we are doing so much of thing for the boys, but why you should not do something for the girls? Right? And that question of Annanya has culminated to the Goa Football League. And I'm so happy that, even though this Corona time, 4 years, mining stoppage, everything has happened, but still we have kept this spirit high. And, that league is there. And it is, I think, sheer dedication of Annanya and our team, which has made this thing happen and which has made this thing successful.
I think it is interesting to see that what started by Sesa Goa Limited has been carried over by Vedanta after the acquisition, and all those CSR activities, especially when we talk about football, has been carried over by the
Not
Vedanta
only
group
carried
also.
over, much more value has been added. Much more value has been added. So that is the most important part.
Okay. I don't know if you can see back 4 years of this journey, and you can add in your views. How do you see this league, shaping up?
Yes. So I was hoping you'd ask me this because women's football is I don't know how to express enough how much passion I feel with regards to women's football. The reason I feel the amount of passion I do is because statistically, our girls are much better than our boys. And they're much better than our boys with less than 1% of the infrastructure that's available in terms of physical infrastructure and tournament infrastructure. And there's such a huge gap here, and it makes it's not just from a footballing point of view, but from a holistic point of view, it makes so much sense for us to come in and say we will pioneer women's football, and Vedanta will take on this mantle of ensuring that women's football is encouraged as much as men's football. Personally, for me, it is something that I want to achieve in my life. Something that I want to achieve in my life is to see our women's national team participate in the World Cup. And I believe that through our efforts and through the efforts of the country, someday soon we will see this dream become a reality.
Also, in terms of we're still in pandemic, the virus, the antivirus is there, but still we have a lot of challenges. Getting this structured, obviously the 3 years would have been different, and this particular year would have been very, very special in terms of you have team, you have the crew traveling, you have different venues, you have those matches happening. What kind of safety protocols did you, kind of engage to get this at the best level that is possible?
Yeah. Again, it was a tricky one, as you mentioned. There's many things, every step that we could take has been taken. We are following to 100% the guidelines of the Ministry of Health, and all other sporting bodies. The GFA as well has guidelines for how to safely play football. Unfortunately, a compromise that did have to be made was some of the training was conducted virtually for some of the girls. And again, that's not, an athlete wants to be out on the ground with their colleagues playing, battling it out. But I think whatever measures we've taken, we're very thankful that through our efforts to encourage women's football, there has not been, that we've not suffered from the consequences of people falling unwell.
I think it's a team sport, and obviously the team has to be there to perform. Obviously, individual training or maybe playing would have been a little frustrating for all these boys as well as girls. If Sauvick sir, if I can ask you, we've seen over 2 decades of Sesa Football Academy, now Vedanta Football Academy. What is your vision? Obviously, it's a team sport. You have someone like Annanya there, but what is your vision for the next maybe 10 years?
You see, I think Annanya summarized it superbly. Today, our vision is we would like to be playing in the World Cup as far as the women's team of India is concerned. Our vision is to contribute maximum in terms of the boys, division is concerned, wherein we are basically, we are making footballers. Right, we are making professional footballers, and as much we can make professional footballers and we can contribute to the nation's growth, state's growth, and the people's growth. That is the vision and mission we have. So,
in terms of creating properties, Annanya, what is the next big thing that you are looking for as the world is opening?
So we have a few properties already. Of course, we have Sesa Football Academy. In Rajasthan, we have a wonderful new technology-enabled football academy with a data collection center called Zinc Football. And of course, we have two more properties in Goa, which is the Vedanta Women's League and the Vedanta Youth Cup. Our focus over the next 24 months is to ensure the success of these 2 properties. We're hoping to host the Vedanta Youth Cup again later this year in Goa. And we're hoping for participation from many more teams. Last year we were lucky to see a lot of the corporates and their academy teams, the Reliance Academy teams, the Jindal Academy team, to Goa to stay and to participate with our boys. We're hoping, we've had interest from a few more ISL clubs because there is no tournament, national level tournament for sort of corporate or ISL academy teams to compete in one space. So we're hoping for a Vedanta Youth Cup to be an elite platform for top level academies to compete.
Okay, that's something wonderful to hear. So, if I can ask you, mining companies in Goa have played an integral role, obviously, in the Goan economy, and obviously in terms of CSR activities, whether it is grassroots football or whether it is educational institute, it has worked with the community. What would you like to say about this gesture of all the companies, if I can ask you? And you have always been Sesa Goa, and Vedanta has always been leading this path.
Yeah, I think let me talk about my company. In fact, it is more than 3 years now the ban is there. We have not produced a single ton. But if you see now, the Sesa Vedanta is basically the second largest employer after government of Goa. And we know the socio-economic fabric, what is there, and that is why maybe we are the company who has not left a single person also. So everybody is there still in our role, hoping that mining will start sooner or later. And and most importantly, we at our company have not stopped anything. We have not stopped Sesa Football Academy. We have not stopped Sesa Technical Education School, which is basically producing the top-notch ITI candidates in Goa. We have not stopped any of the CSR band program. Everything is on, right? But without any revenue. So, yes, it is very tough thing for us. But as our beloved chairman has got a vision for the people, and with that we are still keeping on with the hope that situation will be definitely turning back.
And things will come back again. I think it was pleasure for both of you gentlemen to join me on this very special day where we culminate the entire efforts that you have put in, whether that is Vedanta Women's Football League. It was pleasure to chat with you. Thank you very much. And,
Thank you.
And
Thanks,
all the
Rohit.
best for all your ventures.
Thank you very much.
It's wonderful to see that there are 5 teams who really fought hard, and of course, खेल में तो हार जीत होते ही रहते हैं. But then I congratulate all 5 teams for taking active part in this competition. I also thank the enormous time and enormous passion all of your coaches, the doctors, the support staff has shown to make this tournament a grand success. Sports development is a major part of our larger group, Vedanta's curriculum. Today, Annanya is also here as a president of the Vedanta Sports. And at this juncture, I must say that even though there is a gloom in the business area, and you must be aware that mining is not there since last almost 3.5 years, but we at Vedanta, being the second largest employer after government of Goa, we kept all the people on, and I'm sure with the active support of our beloved Chief Minister, the business will be starting very soon, and we will be able to continue it in a much more stronger manner and much more better manner. With this, I once again thanks a lot to our dignitaries, the Chief Minister, Mr. Alimau, Mr. Jesua, for sparing their time, valuable time, and coming down here, and which is a big thing for all of us, all of you, when the top dignitaries of the states is here, and they are supporting us, and with their support, I'm sure this league will be taking a huge, huge canvas in the world of sport in India. Thank you. Jai Hind.
As it's important for us to have football, but also to have football for women is equally important. And I would like each and every player out here to give yourselves a round of applause for coming out here, for playing, for showing that there is girl participation for this sport, to show your sponsors that they need to continue doing this event to ensure that all of y'all get an opportunity to play, all of y'all get an opportunity to shine. And I'm glad and I'm proud to say that women football representation in Goa is very strong. At the same time, I would like our Chief Minister to ensure that he gives all his support to the Football Federation, to the football sport, as it is our state sport, and especially to the Women's Football Federation here in Goa. Thank you, everyone.
I hope the tournament was lots of fun, and I hope everyone has grown lots as athletes over the last month or so. I'm really happy to see that we've been able to successfully conclude our 4th edition of the Vedanta Women's League. Even though times have been tough, but I'm glad we managed to put something together so that the girls have a chance to compete this year. I'd like to, tough luck, FC Goa. You guys played really well, and lots of push, and next year we'll do better. And on that same note, I want to congratulate Silverdam SC. Wonderful season, keep it up. And IWL, keep your eyes on the next competition. I'm very happy to say that this is the first of its kind women's football tournament in Goa. And all my thoughts and prayers are that this tournament becomes bigger, richer, with more following, and more girls and more teams get a chance to participate every year. Already we've had 350 plus women and girls participate in this tournament, Goan women and girls, and we hope to increase that number exponentially every year. We've already seen some success, from the tournament. I'm sure all of you all are aware, but I have to say, I'm very, very proud to say that our very own Karishma is currently representing the national team, and she's traveling to Uzbekistan. So our thoughts and prayers are with Karishma for her success. Just a quick message at Vedanta, our mission for sports is very large, and a very large part of that mission is to encourage women's football. So I hope you'll all participate in this journey with us. And starting from Goa, we can build India as being a powerhouse in women's football. Thanks, guys.
आयज आमची भुरग्यां चेडवां इतली बरी खेळता खुबशीं इंडियेक खेळल्या आनी तेन्ना हांवें चिंतलें आमचो फुटबॉल चेड्यांचोय आनी चेडवांचोय मुखार व्हरपाक आमी सगळे मुखेलमंत्र्या बरें गेले हांवें पयलो प्रपोजल दिलो अकस्मात तुमी जाणा एक समाजांत संवसारांत एक बरें दुयेंस येयलां डेंजरस दुयेंस खुबसो लोक मेलो हाजीर आशिल्ले जायते भाव आमचे बराबर ना पूण तरी आसतना चीफ मिनिस्टर आमकां पयले 2 करोड म्हणून सॅंक्शन केल्ले पूण अकस्मात ह्या पॅडेमिकाक लागून चीफ मिनिस्टर म्हणून लागलो डिफिकल्टी जाता ते प्रमाणे ताणें 1 करोड सँक्शन केलो आनी 50 लाख रुपया आमच्या GFAक दिल्ले आसा म्हजी परबीं पयलेच फावटी मुखेलमंत्र्यान GFAक पयशे दिल्या 1 करोड 50 दिल्ले आहा 50 दितलो आनीक हांव मागतां चीफ मिनिस्टर तुका खूब आवड आयज तुवें सगळ्या वाटेन लोकांक सपोर्ट केला खुबसो सपोर्ट केला आनी करीत आसा मागतां तूं सपोर्ट करून हो आमचो गोंयचो फुटबॉल इंडियेच्या मॅपाचेर न्हय तेज्यावन मुखार धाडटलो म्हणून सांगून हे सगळी ही लीग जी जाल्या आमची वुमेन्स लीग हांव म्हजी परबीं दितां चीफ मिनिस्टर हेजेर लक्ष घालतलो आनी सदांच तो लोकांच्या बराबर आसा बारीक समाजा बराबर आसा आनी सदांच तो बारीक समाजाक वयर काडटा आनी तेच लागून हांव ताका खूब सपोर्ट केला देव बरें करूं
सगळ्यात पयली इन दीस पॅन्डमिक हू हॅव सपोर्टेड फॉर दीस वुमन लीग इज मिस्टर अनन्या अग्रवाल फॉर गिव सगळ्यांनी नेटात ताळयो मारून ताका खूब सपोर्ट करचो म्हाका दिसता आयच्या पॅन्डमिकानूय बी चर्चिल बाबान सांगलें बरोबर आसा की वेरी फ्यू कंपनीज हू इज इन्वेस्टींग इन द स्पोर्ट्स वन ऑफ देम इज एन वेदांता सो म्हाका दिसता आमी तांकां एप्रिशिएट करपाक जाय कॉंग्रेच्युलेट करपाक जाय कारण ह्या पॅन्डमिकान स्पोर्ट्सान इन्वेस्ट करपा खातीर कोण फुडें सरना बट तरी सुद्दां वेदांता इज ऑलवेज सपोर्टेड फॉर द डिफरंट स्पोर्ट्स एक्टिविटी इन द स्टेट ऑफ गोवा आमी ताजी नोंद घेवपाक जाय गोवा फुटबॉल एसोसिएशनांतल्यान म्हाका दिसता वेगवेगळ्या गांवांतल्यान ल्हान ल्हान भुरगे जे फुटबॉल खेळून तयार जाता अँड ऑल्सो फ्रॉम द गोवा फुटबॉल एसोसिएशन दोज आर प्रॅक्टिसींग डेली ताज्या कडल्यानूय जे प्लेयर जाता तांकां नॅशनल लेवलाचेर खेळपाचो फक्त वन अँड ओन्ली वन होप इज इन चर्चिल ब्रदर्स थ्रू द आय लीग्स म्हाका दिसता अदरवायज देर इज नो एनी होप्स दॅट्स वाय ताकाच लागून आमी सदोदीत चर्चिल ब्रदर्साक सपोर्ट करता एक गजाल म्हत्वाची आसा की आमी फुटबॉल ही आमची गेम आसा आनी ती प्रमोट करपाक डेवलप करपाक आनी इट इज नॉट ओन्ली आमी फक्त गांवांत खेळून उपकारचे ना गोंयांत खेळून उपकारचे ना ते प्रमोट करपाक म्हाका दिसता आमी नॅशनल लेवलाचेर पावपा खातीर डिफरंट इवन दो द वेदांता वॉन्ट्स टू टेक द इनिशिएटिव्स एटलिस्ट अवर प्लेयर्स शूड रीच एट अ नॅशनल लेवल ताज्या खातीर तांच्यांनी वेगवेगळे प्रमोशन्स कशा पद्दतीन जावता थ्रू आय लीग आसतले किंवा डिफरंट गेम्स तांच्यांनी पावोवपाक जाय म्हाका दिसता जाल्यारूच आमची वुमन्स फुटबॉल लिगान खेळपी प्लेयर आसतली किंवा अदर प्लेयर्स म्हणजे फ्यू प्लेयर्स आय थिंक 4 प्लेयर्स हॅव रीच्ड एट द नॅशनल लेवल्स आय एम कॉंग्रेच्युलेटिंग फॉर देम ऑल्सो हू हॅव रीच्ड एट द नॅशनल लेवल्स फॉर कॉंग्रेच्युलेशन्स इन फ्युचर म्हाका दिसता फक्त एकूच ग्रावंड गोवा फुटबॉल एसोसिएशना कडेन आसा सी तांच्यांनी आनिकूय ग्रावंड जे आमी केल्या डेफिनेटली कशा पद्दतीत आमी मेंटेनन्स तांच्यांनी करपाचो आनी तांच्यांनी सावथाकूय एक ग्रावंड जाय द गव्हर्मेंट वील थिंक कित्याक गोवा फुटबॉल एसोसिएशन इज प्रमोटींग तेन्ना गोवा फुटबॉल एसोसिएशना खातीर सावथाकूय वेगळो ग्रावंड जो आसा वो आमी दिवपा खातीर डेफिनेटली खंयचो तरी ग्रावंड आयडेंटिफाय करून सावथाकूय GFAक एखादो ग्रावंड जो आसा हो सरकाराच्या वतीन मेंटेन करपाक आनी तांकां खेळपा खातीर हो सरकाराच्या वतीन दिलो वयतलो हाजे वतीन सांगता. आनी दुसरें गोवा फुटबॉल एसोसिएशन आनी गोवा फुटबॉल कावन्सील आनी स्कीम वीच इज फॉर द आय लीग हेच्या खातीर खेळटा ह्यो सदोदीत फुडें कंटिन्यू उरतल्यो इतकेंच सांगता. आनी परत एकदां हांव कॉंग्रेच्युलेट करता म्हाजी 2 उतरां सोंपयता. जय हिंद जय गोमंतक.
Stacy Cardoso of Football Club de Goa. Golden glove to Rima Gadekar of Shirwada Sports Club. Promising player, rupees 3,000 and trophy. That is Vinoshka Fernandez of Shirwada. Golden ball, rupees 3,000 and trophy. Annette Da Costa of Football Club FYA. Please come down. Yeah, all the girls can come, no problem. All of you can come, no problem. Please hurry up. These are the runners-up, and it is full FC Goa. Please put your hands together. Now have the winners, that is 75. Thank you very much.